Hello, hello. Okay. Ooh. Hello, everyone. It is me. Um, we are doing a live stream. First of all, please let me know if the audio's fine because I'm trying something a little bit different. Um, Literally, this is just a live stream. I just, I just felt like live streaming. Because I did that Desired Driver live stream a couple weeks ago, and the audio was really bad in that, so I kind of wanted to make it up and do a better live stream. So here's me with a but we'll turn on face cam in a second. I'm gonna turn it on in like a few seconds because I need to promote this live stream so people can come watch this live stream that I'm doing because I mean that's what I do. I have to let people know. So how are you how are you doing, everyone? I apologize for the late start. I was very quickly, frantically trying to get things set up. Um, give me one more moment. Okay, there we go. I think I'll keep the stream open on my phone here. So then I can like, I don't have to look up at like the chat thing. I can just look at my phone here. So, um, let's see, what do I have to do here? Bam, there we go. Hi everyone, it's me. What's up? Um, so let me say hi to people in the chat here, right? That's I have to say hi. I usually say hi to everyone. Hello, JC Mendoza, the Sith Cynic, Sirqueu, Zenkai Pool, Brandon Shulk. I think I said that wrong. Darth Wang, Cyborg Kuro-chan, the Iggy Guy, Willie Maloney, Eke Play Doug, Fresh Orange, hello Cadiant, hello Cross Bahamut, Cisco, Not a Good Gamer, hello Zach Does Gaming, YouTube and gaming and vlogs. They say this is the first stream they're in. So hello, welcome to the first stream you're in. Um, let's see who else is here. Patty Murphy, hello. Hello Pringles Boy, Big T Studios, Dark Barcode Warrior, hello Josh Barney. Hello Spider Guy, hello Neurotoxin06, hello Nev Meister, and we're all caught up. Everyone asks how am I doing. I'm doing good. I'm actually excited because tomorrow a new video's coming out. Let's see, I mean, if you can look, if you notice, I'm not going to point it out explicitly, but if you notice, things look a little bit different from the last video, and that is going to be the entire subject of tomorrow's video. It's an unboxing. So gas shots, I mean, I've already been teasing it a bit. I already put up a picture of kind of what's in there, so Gas Shot unboxing tomorrow. If you want to see it right now, it's over on my Patreon, only $2. You get to see the whole thing right now. In addition to that, you get to see, like that video is like about half an hour, but I have a whole hour and a half footage of me opening it with a ton of other stuff that I just can't put in that video. Not that it's bad and I can't put in, it's just I can't fit everything into a video or else no one will watch it. So, if you want to see that whole thing, it's up on my Patreon. And also, of course, by supporting me on Patreon like that, you will also get your name included at the end of my next videos after this unboxing one, of course. You'll get the extended audio for that, the extended, and like if I do any more unboxings this month, which I don't know if I will, but if I did, you would get that extended footage as well. You actually can see the extended footage for like pretty much every unboxing I've done where I filmed extended footage and put it on Patreon. So it's not just like you support me on Patreon and you only get like new things going forward. You get all of the other perks that I've previously uploaded. Obviously, like previews are kind of like useless because the video is already out. But like extended footage stuff, you get like that forever. So cool. Okay, let's see. What's my favorite gas shot? Mine is Pack Adventure. Mine's definitely Muteki. Hyper Muteki. It's behind me. But I mean that one's my favorite because it's my outfit. I guess my outfit. Oh yeah, someone said hello, Majin fan number one. That reminded me. I want her to be included as well with the in the background. She can be here. Um, let's see. Have I seen Ryu Kendo? I have not, but I've heard of it, obviously. I'm making a video about my haircut. No, but yes, I have gotten a haircut. This actually, I lied. I actually just wanted to show off my haircut. It's a joke. Oh, here we go. Yeah, there's been a lot of stuff. Yeah, I should have brought it up. There's been a lot of stuff happening, like over the last week and stuff. So I already said stuff in that sentence. So yeah, we can talk. It's kind of, this is just again like meant to be a chill stream. Just any questions you have about the latest week or whatever. You know, just it's a whatever stream. There's no topic. It's whatever. So I bring that up because Kadian asked, "What are my thoughts on Live and Evil, Marvelous, and Imperial Demons?" I was hoping someone would ask that because I did kind of want to talk about them. They're fine. Well, okay, actually, Live and Evil's new form is fine. I've seen a lot of people are like crapping on it, like, I mean, it's fine. It's whatever. It's your opinion. But I get it. Like the colors are really weird and stuff. But I kind of like them. Like I do. I like the concept of then using the Revice driver because Daiji was originally supposed to use that, of course, and then getting Live and Evil like together is kind of fun because we only had that like the one fight scene and it was super like weird. It was just like, oh, we can make a new two-side driver and bad Vice stamp, and then they could have always done this. Like that was super strange. This actually feels more earned because they both have a Revice driver, and you know that's just how the Revice driver has shown to work with Iki and Vice. So I think it's cool that like Daiji and Kagura are getting their own Iki and Vice thing. So the concept is there. The suits themselves are just alright. Like I actually do like them. They're very bright and colorful. I do think they could have been improved. Like people have been recoloring like yellow, black, teal, green, and all of those work so much better than the actual suits we're getting. But I don't really mind the actual suits we're getting. It's kind of interesting. As for Imperial Demons, I love it. It's basically just demons, so that's kind of why. Like I've seen a lot of people. That's the weird thing. I've seen people. They're like, they like the Live Evil forms and they don't like Imperial Demons, and I'm like, I don't. Do you have that backwards? Because the Imperial Demon suit is just the demon suit, and like people will talk on and on about how great the demon suit looks, and I like the demon suit, but I don't think it's like that amazing. So to have the power just be that suit with some extra parts, and people are like, whatever, and I'm like, you can't stop talking about this suit. Now it's not, it's whatever. It's fine. But I really like Imperial Demons. So if you haven't noticed, I have the Demons driver, and I've kind of been trying to get like all the main transformation stamps for the Demons driver, and I got the Veil driver because it's kind of like adjacent to that, because I basically just wanted like a Demons driver collection. So I kind of want the Mega Spider stamp to complete that, but I hate buying V-Cinema like DVD form stuff because it's so bad. It's so expensive. And we also don't know the sounds it makes, so I'm gonna wait, see like what sounds it makes, and if it makes really good sounds, I'm still just gonna wait. I'm gonna wait, see if someone puts up just the Spider Vice stamp like on the aftermarket, and I'll buy that, because I don't need the Bat Vice stamp. I really don't want a Revice driver, so yeah, that's where I'm at with those two. Let's see. How do I like this name for my hypothetical orb-inspired Ultraman form? Ultraman Jujube Maho Muteki. Sounds cool. Thunder Tamer just joined. Hello. Thoughts on Yusuke Murata art? I don't know who that is, so. Hello, Metal Man Gaming. I dare you to sing the Fortnite Battle Pass song. No, but I can sing it. Like, I'm dead ass. I can sing the whole first verse, but I'm not singing it. Oh, I like this question. So far, how do I like Geats as a series? I love Geats so much. Only 3 episodes in, and they're doing everything I wanted them to. Where, like, just the concept of the Battle Royale riders is so... I love that, because it actually is using, like, all the... Like, we've been getting so many riders. And this is actually, like, feels like an actual purpose to giving us so many riders. but I also love just like the aesthetics and the way it works into the story, because it's not just like I saw someone point this out, which is true. This is like the first time we're not getting like a collect them all gimmick in like a few years. These are just toys that they're using in the game, but they don't really feel like toys in the game. Like they feel like these actual like weapons that they're using in their belt in the game, because like they don't need to transform with like they don't need to use a buckle to transform. They have the entry mode, and then they're like weapons. I discovered this yesterday. Like the armed weapons aren't really counted as forms. They're nothing more than just like weapons. The armor doesn't really do anything. It's just a weapon they get. And then stuff like zombie magnum boost is actual like armor power up item stuff. And I think that's super interesting. Like as I mentioned in my desired driver video, we've never really gotten a series that starts off with two gimmicks, like build, I guess I'll use an example. Like we got organic and inorganic bottles, but they're still just full bottles. But this we got like full on power up buckles that you like give super form stuff, and then we had the little mini buckles. And like in most of the time, like we'd probably get like the mini buckles at the beginning, and then we get the super buckles later on. But no, we're getting both of them at the same time, and I think that's super interesting. I love that they're actually using them, like they're mixing them up in the story. Like this upcoming episode, Geets is going to be in zombie form, Buffa is going to be in Magnum form, and Nago is going to be using Boost. So there's 3 of these big powerful buckles being used. Geets is not using either of the parts that give him his base form. One of them is going to the rival rider, and the other one is going to the female rider, the second user of the main rider's, like just a part of the main rider's base form is going to the female rider. And we've never had anything like that. Like we've never had Saber's like 3 main books. Keep in mind I love Saber, so I'm not doing this as a dig on Saber. I'm doing this because this is just the first thing I think of, because I still think Saber did the mixing like really well. But Saber never let anyone else use Brave Dragon, Sayu Journey, or Crimson Storm Eagle. But in this, like Geets is going like 2 episodes in a row, he doesn't use either of the pieces of his base form, and it's so good. Like it doesn't feel like a toy commercial really. Like it feels like these are items in a show. Like it feels like an actual show I'm watching that happen to have these really cool looking toys. So I'm loving Geets. I really hope they keep this energy going. Also, I completely forgot even like the fact they killed a dude in episode 2. I'm not gonna get specific in case you haven't seen it, but they literally like had this character. They put it in all the promotional material. He's in the opening of the show. He's literally in the opening of the show, like in that episode, and then he dies by the end of the episode. Like he's straight up gone. He could come back. He's probably gonna come back. But at least just the fact they're willing to do that, to actually rotate out the cast, is crazy. We've never, like, it's not just the fact like, oh, they killed a character. Like they're really trying something different here, and I really love that. So I'm absolutely loving Geets. I really hope it keeps this consistency throughout the entire show, and if not, it could become one of my favorite Kamen Rider seasons. So there you go. Those are my thoughts on Geets. Question: where do you suggest selling Toku related items? I either do Facebook or eBay, but I'm possibly selling stuff soon. I mean, it's just kind of, I don't know, wherever you think you can sell them. Like eBay works. Facebook, I know there's Facebook marketplaces. If you have Twitter, I know that some people try to sell their stuff on Twitter. Mercari, I find, is a good place to sell Toku stuff as well. I mean, it's just kind of wherever you sell stuff. It's not really like buying Toku stuff, because obviously buying is like a different thing. Like you can't buy it where you buy Power Rangers toys, but selling it, I mean, you could sell it wherever you sell stuff. So who is my favorite donbrothers character? I don't know. I really like all of them. Like, I don't know. Like, I really like what Taro and Sonoi had going on, like, where they're just very clearly gay for each other, but they also are trying to kill each other. I thought that was really interesting. I think Jiro and Dangerous Jiro are literally Kagero and Daiji from Revice, but done a billion times better. Like what those two's dynamic is what Daiji and Kagero needed the entire show. So like we had like a couple episodes where they were doing that as Revice was ending, and I was like, this is just doing what the other show was doing, but better. And I thought that was really funny. He probably has my favorite suit, actually, at least. Normal Jiro, Donjoro Goku's suit. That's my favorite in the show. It looks really great. I like Kijino's because his actor said he would like to turn into Majin if he had the like avatar change into a character. So, I like that. I like the actor, but the character's cool too. I guess Kaito, but Kaito's like barely in it, but he's still like really cool when he's in it. But he's also from like Zenkaiger. As I've said before, I really love the Noto because just like as a concept, all three of them, because they're just like anti-heroes, but they're also like our main villains because they're doing the same thing as the Dawn Brothers. They're trying to defeat monsters and save the world, but the difference is they'll just straight up kill people, and the Dawn Brothers don't do that. So I think it's really interesting how that dynamic is working. So I don't know. I honestly like I really have to wait until Dawn Brothers finishes to see like where everyone goes to see which one I like the most because I really like all of the characters. I guess Jiro maybe because I like the suit the most and I do like his desire to just be a hero even though he messes stuff up all the time. But I kind of like that little story he has going on. So I don't know. I guess I'll say him for now. Have I seen the Kamen Rider Shodo candy toys? Yes, I actually have the Muteki Shodo right here with me. So, yes, I have seen the Kamen Rider Shodo toys. Dawn Brothers SH figure art looks great, even though I'm not a fan of the show. I do agree it looks great. Have I ever considered buying a Gashcon weapon? I talk a bit about that in tomorrow's video, but yes, I do want all of the Gashcon weapons, even though they all kind of, well, no, never mind. I was gonna get into it. Well, not actually all the same. They do some of them do a little different things, but it doesn't matter. Yes, I've considered buying them all the time because they're part of Xaid. They're part of the Xaid collection that I'm building that I actually want to have. I want all of them. So yes, the simple answer is yes. I have considered getting them, and I will get them eventually. Right now, I'm like I could buy all the weapons or Gashats, but at the same time, now I'm like missing a feature of like I have so many Gashats now, and I'm missing a feature of them because they make their special attack in the weapons. So, are there any recurring Toku plot points in recent years that I feel are getting stale nowadays? All of them. No, I'm kidding. This is very interesting. I mean, I don't know. I can't really think of like one off the top of my head. At least during Revise, I was like, yeah, this is very stale. I mean, like in Kamen Rider, I feel like they're kind of doing like the same thing every year now. Like we kind of hit the same beats all the time. Like the riders in the middle or whatever, final villain, Kamen Rider, this, that, foreshadowing, this, that. That's why I like the middle part of Revice so much, because it wasn't so formulaic. So yeah, honestly, I guess like the formulaicness of Rider, because like even Sentai, like they do the same things like every other episode, but it still feels different enough, and the overall structure of the show is pretty different. But like in Rider, it's like, oh yeah, I can expect by the end of the year we'll have this random arc that we're on like finished, and then we'll move on to some new thing. And I kind of wish they'd stop doing that. Like I would like if they could just continue a big like chunk of the show without having to like change the status quo when it's Christmas or something. Am I excited for the second half of Dino Fury? I haven't watched past episode 12 of season 1 of Dino Fury. So I'm not going to say I'm excited because I'm just not keeping up with the show. But once it ends, once this last chunk comes out, I do think I'm just going to go and watch through all of it so I can actually see the whole thing. So I'm not excited, but I'm not excited because I'm just not keeping up with it. I guess I am excited because I'm gonna watch the show once it all comes out. So, yes. I just noticed you don't have your main character shirt on. That's true. I have the Power Morphicon 2022 shirt on because this is the one I wanted to wear. What's my favorite Saber villain in Hero? Villain would definitely be Solomon, Isaac, Master Logos, because he's just funny, but he's also kind of interesting. Hero is definitely Yuri, because he's awesome. And he turns into Muteki in the Saber Revice movie, so that's really cool. Have I read the Kamen Rider Spirits manga? I have not. Have I seen Marcos House's video, Emu's Bizarre Adventure? Well, first of all, his name is now Marcus Satsu again. Second of all, I think that's just all of X8 Abridged, in which case I haven't seen that specific video because I watched all of X8 Abridged as it was coming out before that. So, yes, I guess I have seen that. Ace is probably going to use his proper base form in the movie and then proceed to get mugged for his buckles. I mean, maybe they give him the buckles back just to use in the movie. Although, I do wonder, like, if stuff will start coalescing by the time we get to that movie so we can actually use Magnum Boost. Because it would be weird if we have this Desire Grand Prix going on and then it's like, now Revice is here, guys. Have fun. Who would win, Don Momotaro or Morbius? Don Momotaro, because Don Momotaro is Don Momotaro. He's invincible. He's not, but he's not. We've seen it, but he's almost there. Morbius is just not as good as Don Momotaro. That's the thing. Random question: how are you? I'm good. If the next Kamen Rider console game had Saber in it, would I buy it? If it's like Memory of Heroes, and it has Saber in it, then yeah, I'll definitely buy it. I might wait for a sale, actually, because Memory of Heroes, I've played all of Memory of Heroes, and I like it, but it's also like, is it worth the $60 it costs? So I would buy it. I would buy it, but maybe I'll wait like a bit or something before I buy it. Wouldn't him and Sakurai have their power-ups? I mean, it depends when the movie comes out. I don't know if we have an exact date when the Geats movie comes out, but like, we also don't know exactly when they're getting their power-ups, because I think in the past, like, the Geo movie came out before he got the Decade Watch. Let's see, 01 came out before he got I think, actually, I don't remember if it came out before or after he got Shining or Shining Assault. It definitely came after he got Shining, I think, but I think it was before he got Shining Assault. X-Aid was definitely before he got Mighty Brothers. Build was like literally the weekend he got Sparkling, which is funny. So they debuted Sparkling in that movie, I think, which is really interesting. And then I already did Geo. So it just depends the timing of the movie, the timing when they get their power-ups. Because like if they get their power-ups the first, like Revice got bodied the first episode of December, I think. So when the movie came out like a week later, he already had bodied. They could use it in the movie. If Sakurai and Geats, or if Tycoon and Geats get the power-up like at the end of December, and the movie comes out at the beginning, we could see it as like the debut, but maybe we won't see it. So it's always just kind of up in the air. How would I put Geats in my rankings? I would prefer not to rank Geats right now because it's only 3 episodes. Everything else in my rankings is a season I've seen. So I kind of don't want to compare this 3 episodes. As much as I love these 3 episodes, I kind of don't want to compare it to stuff I've seen already. Especially, I don't want to get my hopes up like, oh, I love these 3 episodes. I'm going to put it as my favorite Rider season ever. off of 3 episodes, and then it gets bad, and it's like, oh, where do I go from here? So I'm not ranking it for now. Random question: how old are you? I am the same age as Majin. Do I think they will dial down the P Bandai? I don't know. Like, genuinely, like I've seen a lot of people say no, they're not gonna do that. But I honestly, I do think it's kind of up in the air, because the Geats is a different kind of season. Like, you can't introduce so many characters with different belts, because we already have like 50 people already using the same belt. So you can't really start bringing in new belts, because that just messes with what the show is doing. So alternatively, I can see them doing a ton of P Bandai, but all for the ID cores. I've been saying this on Twitter. I've been speculating and just thinking about in general, like, how will they release the ID cores? And not just the ones for the riders we haven't seen, but the ones for the riders we have seen. Shiro, Dapan, and Mary, and Ginpen are all riders we've seen in the show, but we don't know how their ID cores are being released. Only, obviously, Geats and Buffos are out, and we know Tycoon's is coming out somehow. That's kind of up in the air. And then we know Nago's is coming with her main buckle in a couple months. But other than that, we don't know how the other 4 are getting their buckles released. And it's probably going to be P Bandai. So in that case, it would mean, no, they're not toning down P Bandai. But at the same time, it's like... Revice just had an insane amount of P Bandai. So it's kind of like, they could have like 5 less P Bandai releases this year. That's still a lot, but that's literally still toning it down compared to Revice. So I think they will tone it down, just because, I don't know, there's not as much like P Bandai you can really go. I mean, they could release most of the armed buckles through P Bandai, so I have no idea. So I am as old as when Majin was developed. No. I'm as old as, like, the character, not the actresses, the character, like, in universe. If there was a fight of Kamen Rider gimmicks where you could transform with them, what would I use? I would use Gashettes. How would I rank Geats suit wise? I assume you mean like overall the suits, or at least his base form. I'll put him like top 10. It's a really nice looking base form. Oh, what do I think of Golden Momotaro so far? I really like him. It looks really neat. I kind of wish... I don't know. Like, I would say I wish there was more, but from what the rumors are saying, it seems like that armor he's going to be able to use on the Senpaigers. So he puts it on Golden Momotaro, and then he avatar changes into, like, Red Buster, and then that character gets that armor. If that's what's happening, that would be really unique. I would really like that. But as it is now, I don't know. I think it's because it's so simple. I wish the others had it. Like, there's not that much going on with it. You could have given it to the other characters, and maybe they will. I mean, we don't really know for sure. But it's just like an armor piece, and I wish they let the other characters use it. Maybe they will use it. If they will use it, then that complaint goes away. But I think because it's so simple, I would have liked that they made it a team power-up instead of just for Don Momotaro. Do I have any plans to get full-size Kuriyami and or Kyomu? No. The only full-size Saber Seiken that they're making that I would get is Cross Saber, because I really like Cross Saber. Until the Cross Saber's out, I don't really want those. So, because I don't know where I'd put them, and I'm perfectly fine with the mini, the little dinky versions. I'm perfectly fine with those. So. Have I seen Revice's second Hyper Battle DVD? Well, I haven't seen it because it's not out yet, but I have seen the trailer for it, and it looks like a weird Hyper Battle DVD. I'm probably not going to see it because I usually just don't end up seeing Hyper Battle DVDs because they're not really that interesting to me. But the form in it looks super weird. Like, I kind of like it's a Spinosaurus, and that's such a badass dinosaur to use for a Kamen Rider form. I'm glad we're bringing back the dinosaurs for Revice. Because I remember, I'll never forget when Revice was leaked and people were like, oh my god, a dinosaur Kamen Rider season! And then literally only his base form was a dinosaur and everything else was just a stupid random animal, and everyone was like, oh, there goes the dinosaur season. And now I mean, it's still not a dinosaur season, but it's nice we've brought back a dinosaur, a new dinosaur to use. Um, but it's just super strange, like a Nego form that's just like a whole new form. It's not just like a Bata or something, a Bari Directs repaint stamp, and it just looks weird. Like the colors are so strange. The Revice colors are always so strange. So this is just it's a weird form. To be fair, hyper battles usually have weird forms, so it fits, I guess. Do I think Dawn Brothers could ever be adapted? No, I don't know. It's kind of, I mean, maybe if they could take the suits and then make their whole own new thing, but the source footage is kind of crazy, like the big peach thing happening. I don't know. I mean, I'll still make a Sentai potential, so I guess I'll let you know in a year or like 6 months if I think it could be adapted or not. Um, Would I consider getting Sakura's belt from Revice? No. I got the Demon's Driver. That's the only Revice belt I have. I've pre-ordered the Veil Deathstream Driver, and that's the only other belt from Revice I want. All the other belts, don't really care for. The only one I would consider getting is the Revice Driver, so I can get some of the like main sounds from the Vice stamps. Honestly, if the Juga Driver, if it's when that comes out, if it's revealed that makes the main Revice like belt sounds, I might get that at some point. I hate Juga, but I think the Chimera forms are cool. The actual belt itself and Juga himself are cool. So maybe I'll get those in like 5 years if it's like $50 on Buyee and they're like, hey, you want to buy something? But other than that, I'm done. The Deathstream Driver, once I get that, I'm done with Revice. Have I seen something that's not even out yet? Yes, I have. How would I rank from worst to best of the 3 Power Rangers movies? So, I'm a fake fan. I've only seen the 2017 one. So, it was alright. Favorite Hyper Battle video form? The Xade Boxo Bike one, where Laser, like he gets Laser's armor, he gets the yellow hair, and he gets Laser's like level 1 like bike gun weapons. I think that's a really cool looking form. Um, I really like to look at that one. Other than that, I mean most of them are fine. Within Xade, the Knockout Fighter 2, I like Xade's part of that, but I hate that they just made Paradox the same form with a gamer driver. That looks really weird. So that's like kind of a miss for me. But other than that, actually the not Mad, Prime Rogue looks really great. Like that's just a normal they literally made his final form in a hyper battle because he goes on to use it in the Build movie. So that's a really cool looking form as well. Other than that, they're fine. Favorite Super Sentai villains? Weisel from Ryu Soldier. That's my favorite one. How come I pre-ordered the Deathstream driver? Because I have the Demons driver, and then I was like, I kind of want to get like all the Demons driver transformation things, so I pre-ordered the Kuwagata for the over demon sound. Then I got the Demons Troopers, even though they don't make new sounds in it, because those are transformation sounds, and I like, foot soldiers. And then I figured the Deathstream Veil driver is like the last Demons driver thing, and it works somewhat differently. So I figured I could get that, and I could make a cool like Veil driver, Demons driver like dual display of that whole like evolution of a driver system. Do I think the true Rex Vice Stamp from the final stage is going to be the base form, but stronger? No. This definitely the vibe the Vice Stamp gives, but actually there is a leak that it's supposed to be Revi, like half Revi, normal base Revi, and the other half is, what's it called? Jack Revice, so it's like those two combined together. Honestly, at this point, I don't care. They could make it like just base Revi, but because it's a it's because it's not in the show, so I don't feel like they're copying out, trying to sell us like a stupid new toy at the end of the show. It's in a stage show, and those are whatever, so it's fine. But I do hope they'll do something new because it's just a stage show and their whole thing is just cheap. Like whenever they make something new, they just throw suits together and then spray paint it and then bam, new suit. So I kind of hope they do give it a new suit somehow. Whatever they do, I'm sure it'll be fine. Um, what's my reaction to Love Cov from beginning to today? At first, I was like, it's a big plushy thing, and then today I'm like, it's a big plushy thing. I think she's fine. I see people that are like, Love Cov is useless, blah blah. But it's like, she's just supposed to be Sakura's demon. Like the whole point is that it gives Sakura a demon, but we don't have to focus on a character that much. And then they made it to a marketable plushie. So I don't know. I think it's fine. She's funny. Where would I rank Don Oni Taijin with the rest of the mechas? Top 10. It is very nice looking. I love it. How do I acquire the Desire driver? So that rhymes, so that's why it like messed me up. In the description of my Desire driver unboxing video, I've got a link to the US release from Tokulectables, from Big Bad Toy Store. I've also got a link to Amazon Japan, which is where I got it early. I think I also have a link to HLJ, where you can also get it. So there's a lot of places you can get it. Who do I think would win in the battle? Rancic from Power Rangers, Time Force, or Enter from Go Busters? I haven't seen Go Busters, but I think Enter turns into a Ranger at some point. And Rancic is just like a man who's strong. And Enter is also just more than the man. So I think Enter would win. I actually got the Demon's Trooper stamps. Cringe? I do agree it is cringe, but I wanted them, so I thought they looked cool. I'm the only person that pre-ordered the Trooper set. No, I know at least 3 other people that bought it. We're the only 4 people that bought it. Oh, you think the mom is becoming a writer in the stage show to finally make all of them writers? Honestly, that could happen. Like, I think that's very likely to happen because stage shows really like to throw all the characters in a suit. Because I think it's because they can't like get all the actors on stage the whole time. So, like I think Forze and Ghost, they brought out like all of Forze's forms, all of Ghost's forms, and then they put all the side characters into those suits. I mean, they're not actually in them, but they said those characters are in those suits. So I could definitely see them doing that. Like depending on how suits are happening, they could bring back Veil or Overdemons or Demon's Trooper, and they could say the mom's in there. They're definitely not making a new suit for her, but I could definitely see them bringing back an older suit and saying she's in that. That would be really cool. I really hope they do that, actually. I didn't think of that, but it's actually very likely to happen. So, on a scale of 1 to 10, how would I rate Geets' Revolve on animation? I'd give it like a 7 or something. Like, the animation is there. There's like a couple weird clipping and like jumping of parts, but it's like a solid animation. It's just the problem is you look at it and you're like, okay, well that's fake. But it's also like you could make it the most realistic texture designs in the world and you're still gonna look at that and be like, it's fake. So for a studio on a budget, they're not gonna make it look that real. Especially, I mean, we've seen like their other CGs, so they're not gonna make it look that real. Am I going to review the Demon's Driver? I do plan to make a Demon's Driver video at some point. Once I get those other stamps, I think I'll show off my unboxing of it and stuff. Not a review, but I assume you mean like the unboxing / reviews that I kind of usually do. So. Oh yeah, Jack Revice is Crimson Veil right now, probably the repaint. But I mean, they can just repaint it back. But also, Crimson Veil is in that special. In that, I hear that Crimson Veil is supposed to be in that stage show. So I mean, maybe they have 2, and they painted it back. I mean, yeah, they probably did have 2 because one's like a stunt suit and the other's like an actual suit. So yeah, they probably did have 2. One's Crimson Veil and one they brought back to Jack Revice. Do I have any of the Berets buckles besides Armed Hammer? I only have all the ones that I showed off in my main Desire Driver video. On pre-order, I have uh, arrow, shield, water with the gun, and a zombie. And then that's actually all the only ones that are out right now. So besides the legend ones, but the legend ones I don't really care for right now, so I'll wait on that. Um, I want Geats and XA TTFC. I would love a Geats and XA TTFC. That would be incredible. What do I think about Revice's insert songs? I really like their insert songs. The only one I really don't like is Vice's. It's not even the fact like I don't like the person singing it. I just don't like that kind of song. It doesn't sound very good to me. But everything else I really love. I love Volcano. It's one of my favorite inserts ever, actually. Riot in Bloom, I wasn't expecting to like that much, but it's a really, really good song. The other ones, Iki's is kind of fine. It's like kind of boring because it's a slow song, but hey, it works. Mirage Mirror, Cherish are neat songs. I like that those two I like that those two siblings and demons like got to sing duets, especially because Daiji's this like he acts for both characters and actually managed to pull off like a duet with the two characters played by one dude. So I think that's really fun. I didn't go with the flows, whatever. Oh, and George's song. George's song is so good, where he sings all of the riders. Absolutely fantastic song. Am I planning to get the Veil Driver? I have pre-ordered it, so yes, I do plan to get it. If someone made a Kamen Rider movie, but in the style and tone of the recent Batman movie, what would be my reaction? I love the Batman movie, so I would a Kamen Rider version. Sign me up. How to give Majin a super form. I've always imagined a super form. Actually, I talked about that in my... I think it was Sentai Potential Zenkaiger. I briefly mentioned it. Or I think it was in that. But my idea for her with a power-up form is she uses like a new like Super Zenkaiger gear, but it's based on Maji Ranger. So when she uses it, it just completely gives her new armor, and that armor is based on like the Firebird from Maji Legend. So it's kind of like a fusion of like Maji Legend and like what if it was Maji Legend made entirely from the Firebird head piece, because all the robots are based on like the heads of the mecha, so or like that's where the color comes from. So thanks on Futo PI. I really like Futo PI. It's a really... I wasn't expecting it to like it that much, because I like Double, but I'm not like a huge Double fan. But I really like everything Futo PI is doing. It's like a really interesting continuation of Double, but I also think it's doing a lot of... Just thinking... I've kind of been watching it thinking from the mindset of someone who hasn't seen Double. I do think it kind of explains a lot of the stuff, like, as you go on. And then it's just cool. I love the animation's great too. I love the henshin. So yeah, I like it. How many gadgets do I still need? I still need like 11. I'm like 11 away from everything I want. What like 15, I think actually. What Revolve On figures do I think we could get, and how do I think some of them will be released? I have no idea, because figure lines have been so like random recently. Starting with Saber, where actually they've always been random. Like even if you go all the way back to Gaim had a few premium figures. Like I think Bravo and Bujin Gaim got like premium Bandai releases. Martika and Sigurd as well got like premium Bandai releases of their figures. So granted, we haven't gotten a premium Bandai figure in like I think since Ghost. I think Ghost had a premium Bandai set, and then for the figures, and then XA didn't, and then well they had the level 1, but that was kind of it. So I guess they're not going to do premium Bandai. I honestly don't know, because Saber, they stopped after Psycho, and we didn't get anything else from that show in the main figure line. And then Revice, they stopped after Jackal form. We didn't get anything else. We didn't get Live, Evil, Buttered, Volcano, Jack, Thundergale, Ultimate. Like, Saber and Revice do not have their final forms released as a figure. In the main live figure, obviously they have Sotos. So, I honestly don't know. I hope they at least do, like, most of these riders. Like, if they at least do Nago and Tycoon with their armors, and we get the main 4, I would want the rest of the toy line, but at least they've done more than the other show. Actually, Buffa is at least more than Revice, because we actually got 2 riders, so. Am I getting Genom Muso? If you mean the Gas Chat, yes, I already have it pre-ordered, so of course I'm getting it. I actually forgot, no, actually, yeah, I don't count Genom Muso and those other sets as Gas Chats I need, because I have them pre-ordered already, so I'm already getting them, so. Thoughts on WGX song? I really like it. It's really good. What are those 11 or 15 Gashets I need? That's a secret. We'll have to find out together. How OP is Mighty Novel X? It has the ability to rewrite reality, like genuinely, so. Writer potential Revice when? I'm planning, that's the next video I'm working on, so I'm planning hopefully by the end of September. That's out. Would it be sweet if Kamen Rider was mixed with Ben 10? Ben 10 is basically a Kamen Rider, so yeah. I definitely think the mom will become Deathstream and the dad will be Veil. I think it'll be the reverse. I think it's more likely the dad is Deathstream, because that's his rider form, really. And then I think the mom will be Veil or Overdemons. I could see them giving her Overdemons. Or what other belt? Give her the Weekend Driver and she becomes Aguilera? Please don't do that. But I think they'll keep Genta as Deathstream, and then they'll give the mom something else. Favorite Sentai changer? The Gear Slinger, because Majin uses it. If I had to make an entirely new Tokusatsu franchise, what would that be like? It would be awesome. I don't know. I've never really thought of that, so. Have I actually read the XA novel? I've read, like, the very detailed plot summary on Writer Wiki. But, like, I can't read Japanese, so I haven't read it, like, straight from the novel. But I think it's been subtitled, so maybe I'll read the actual novel, like, at some point, the subtitles, so. But I know what happens in it. Like, I've read summaries in it. This sounds really bad. Like, I know what happens in the entire show. I've watched History of Kamen Rider. I know what happens in the show. No. I've read the very long description of what the book is about. Just one book. So, just saying. She's not going to use. They're not going to give the mom the new Rex, because that's obviously for Revi to incorporate Vice. So, what's my favorite non-belt rider changer? That's a very fun question. Am I allowed to say the Buggle Driver when Graphite uses it as like a pseudo weapon? Actually, I think no, I have it right here. Am I allowed to say it's this? Because, like, I think it's really neat how this is, like, he says a transformation call, and then he transforms. I wouldn't say he's a pseudo-rider, but, you know, he is kind of there, so. Actually, I just realized right next to that is the Gashet Gear Duels. So that's what I would say if that. The Buggle Driver or the Bug Visor doesn't count. I'll just say a Gashet Gear Duel. What Ultra series have I not seen yet that interests me the most? Ultraman Max, because I have downloaded it, but I haven't watched it yet. What do I think of Genmu Muso? Is it on par with Muteki? I think it's great. I think it's a little behind Muteki because it's just not. I was gonna say because it's just a repaint. No, I think the new parts they've added are actually a bit much. And I just like Muteki more because of, you know, nostalgia and all that. But I do think it's about on par with Muteki. Do I think Shout Factory could get the DVD distribution rights to Kamen Rider Dragon Knight? I don't know. I've never thought of that. I've never thought about that. I don't know who owns those rights. So I don't know. I mean, maybe they feasibly could, but I don't know where it is right now, so I can't really say if they can or can't. Which of Tommy Oliver's Ranger suits do I prefer? If Lord Draken counts, I'll say Draken, the final Draken, the the all black with some of the red pieces Draken. If we're just talking normal Tommy, I'll say Dino Thunder because I really like Tommy and Dino Thunder. So I just like that version of him in that suit is the version of him I prefer. If Kaito was barely in Dawn Brothers, why his actor didn't go to Power Morphicon with Gokai Red and Black Condor? Well, I mean, first of all, he's still busy with a show, so he can't just go across the country and spend thousands of dollars because he still has a show he has to be in. And second of all, they just, I mean that's the solution. He's still filming a show right now. Black Condor and Gokai Red are not filming weekly shows, so they can go to California and go to Disneyland, which is I think what they did. Kaito's actor is still in this show. He's still working, so he can't go and do that. So like I'm sure if Power Morphicon wanted to, they could contact him and see if they could have him come over. But they probably didn't even try because he's busy with the show. If X8 has a 10th anniversary, if X8 has a 10th anniversary film like O's, what would I like to see? First of all, I'm gonna write that down because I really like that idea for like a video to do. But I am gonna answer your question, but I want to write it down because I like that idea. I apologize for stealing your question as a video, but let's see. X8 10. There you go. Who asked that? Frodo Loco. Thank you for asking that. I do really like that. To answer your question, as like a joke, I would really like to see them, because we have so many Mutekis now, I would really like them to see them do something like Genma Muso versus Hyper Muteki versus Game Deus Muteki. And maybe if they get in contact with me, since I'm a Muteki as well, technically, I would like to join that fight. But if they can't get in contact with me, it's fine. I understand. I'm a very busy person. So those three, like, just dueling it out, I would really like to see that, genuinely. But, like, I don't know. I'd really like to see them do something with where we've left the show. Because like we end the show, we can bring back the Kamen Rider Chronicle people, or the people that died from Kamen Rider Chronicle, and I'd really like to see if they could do something with that somehow. Off the top of my head, I can't really think of what they could do, but maybe like some new variant of the Bugster virus is only infecting those people, which would also be infecting Kiria, and then now the riders have to stop whatever new rider is causing that. I would like Kuroto to be in it, but I don't want him to be the villain, especially now when he's just doing his thing as a villain again, kind of. I would really like him to come back with Genomuso, but like as an anti-hero or like a villain, like maybe they're fighting this big bad villain and he shows up at the end and he's like, I'm the villain of this story, and then he defeats the main bad guy of the movie. I think that would be really neat. And then after he does that, he's like, I'm tired. I'm gonna peace out. You guys have fun. I think that would be really fun if they did that. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. There's a lot. I would like them to make a good movie. That's my main threshold. Can't wait to see how I integrate Chimera and Daimon into Rider Potential Revice. Don't count on it, because I'm just not sure if I'll integrate them at all. I don't really know how I would integrate them, so. Cosmic Fury wish list, a good show. In new suits. I don't need new like Q Ranger suits or Kira Major suits. I just want new suits in general. I think I'll be new suits that look cool. That's what I want. Do I like the blade or gun version of the two-side driver? Definitely blade. The gun looks weird. We just see 3 Mutekis brawling, and then Thomas is there in the background with his Majin plush Exit collection. That would be epic. I just finished Forza 2 days ago. I was wondering if I should start Drive or Wizard so far. I've seen 10 Rider series in all this year. First of all, awesome. Second of all, I haven't seen Drive or Wizard, so I can't really give you a definitive, like, this is the show I like more. I would assume you think both of them look cool, and you're just, like, trying to figure out which one you want to watch. It's Wizard's 10th anniversary. Give Wizard a watch. Give it some love on the 10th anniversary. What's my favorite Rider villain? Kuroto Dan from the beginning of Xaid. How would I feel if we got an I don't know what word I was going to say there. How would I feel if we got an Insect Sentai? That would be really cool. I would really like that. What Toku series with robots/machines as part of the main theme do I think should cross over with the Mitchells versus the Machines? 01 or Zenkaiger? I think 01 fits more into the world of Mitchells versus the Machines because they're like artificial robots. But I like Zenkaiger more. But the robots there are basically just people. They eat and sleep and stuff, so they're radically different from the world of Mitchells versus the Machines. So 01 probably just works better thematically. I think they were going to sell robots in that movie, weren't they? So, I mean, that's literally what they were doing in 01. Favorite and least favorite Red Rangers from Power Rangers. Least favorite is Brody from Ninja Steel. I just don't like Ninja Steel. Favorite would be... I really like Connor in Dino Thunder because he starts off as an asshole and then he's not an asshole by the end of the show. And I also really like Jack from SPD because he starts off as a cool guy, and by the end of the show, he's like, I'm tired. Bye, everyone. So I think I'll go with Connor because I like that growth more, but Jack is like second. I think he's really cool. I loved how everyone in Geats Episode 3 had their own little poses. Oh my god, when that happened, I was like, oh, because it really reminded me of Xaid. Not in the fact, like, I mean, Saber, actually, no, Saber too. I don't know, like, I really like how different Kamen Riders will have their own different poses. Revice did it as well. I don't know, something about it, the way it happened in Geats, I think because they're all using the same belt, having them all then do different poses while they're wearing the same belt and effectively doing the same transformation stuff, that's what reminded me of Xaid. So I thought that was really cool as well. I love that. Ooh, it would be cool if we got a Legend Rider ID cores for the Geats driver. I can kind of see them doing that. I agree. It would be really cool. I would really like that. What's my favorite Kamen Rider transformation pose? Probably Saber. I just really like it fits in with him taking out a sword and then he does a slash with the sword. I think that's really cool. What Kamen Rider seasons have I seen so far? It is pretty much everything in, like, at the end of the Revice video where I rank everything. It's all those seasons plus Kabuto. I haven't included Kabuto because I haven't made a video on it yet. Have I seen some of the mods for the Desire driver? People combined the Genesis driver and the 01 driver and managed to make them buckles. I have seen that. That's really cool. What's my favorite ID core? Probably Geats because it's red. It's the only one with red on it. Highly recommend Love After World Domination. I have heard of that. It looks interesting. Favorite Ultra Kaiju and least favorite Ultra Kaiju. Favorite would be Galactron from Orb, unless Juggler counts as a Kaiju, because then it would be him, but I don't really think he counts. And then least favorite, I don't know. I don't really have a least favorite. Like, they're all just monsters. Like, I don't really have strong opinions on any of them except Galactron. So I don't really have a least favorite. Do I still keep up with Transformers? Yes, I love Transformers. I mean, I haven't really been keeping up with it as much, but I still like keep up with the news of all the stuff that's happening and whatever. Um, like I'll go see Rise of the Beasts opening day probably when it comes out next year, if it comes out next year. I want to see Earthspark, because that looks really cool, really interesting. I saw the new Soundwave. I love the new Soundwave. I will be buying the new Soundwave if he gets a toy. Some of the legacy figures that were actually some of the figures that were shown off at like the last fan stream, I definitely need to get those. The new Age of Extinction Crosshairs looks really good. Not way better. It's like very similar to it's the Last Night Crosshairs, right? Because like screw the Last Night, but it's the same figure. I definitely need that because I'm looking at my crosshairs I have now, and it looks really good. I really like them, but I think they did the cape a bit better on the new one, and the colors are a bit closer. The colors are closer to like the Age of Extinction version, I think, even though it's supposed to be the Last Night, and it's fine. So I'll definitely be getting that, and I really want the. Actually, before I get to that, I do need the new Galvatron as well. I've kind of been on the fence because I actually really like the look of the old Galvatron that I have. I don't really mind it. But the new one looks, I don't know, the new one doesn't look as good to me. Like it's not as gray, just like plain gray, which is what he is in the movie. And then I definitely need to get the big dragon Megatron. I love that Megatron, so I need that Megatron. Comment Rider 64, you might want to check your spelling on that. Least favorite main rider henshin jingle. I don't know. I mean, they're all good enough. Agito's is kind of nothing. Like, it's the same thing as Kuga's, really. So maybe Agito, because they kind of just... It's nothing really special. Like, Kuga's is iconic, and then Agito's is, like... It's whatever. Would be happy if Majin suit actor to be at the next Power Morphicon. If Miss Shimazoto, Miss Miyamoto, or Miss Nita were ever to go to Power Morphicon, I would 100% be going. I'd bring like almost all of my Majin merch to have them sign. I take like the big expensive photo op. I would literally get on my knees and beg the people who work at Power Morphicon to please let me be on a panel with them and ask them questions about them being in Zenkaiger. That would literally be... Honestly, I probably wouldn't survive the announcement. I would explode at the thought of that. So, I don't know. I really want them to sign something. Sign something, get a picture with them, and tell them that I love their performance. They did an amazing job. I just want them to know they're awesome. Would I like to see a Kamen Rider or Super Sentai motif be based on Godzilla or other kaijus? That would be really cool. I think someone had that like as an idea in a Toku Ideas video. Favorite and least favorite Geats Rider. Favorite would be I don't know. I've been saying Nago because she's a YouTuber. She is going to be the second person to use Boost, so she is kind of like... She's powerful. But I also... Tycoon's very wholesome. I like Ace. He's a nice dude. He's not a nice dude. I think that's the opposite of what I meant to say. He's like a cocky asshole, but he's also kind of nice. And I think that's nice and goes well together. Those main three are like my favorite. My least favorite is like... Mary's kind of sus. He puts his hands on people, and you shouldn't be doing that. So... I guess I'll go with him. Which Sentai could fit well into the world of Mitchell's vs. Machines? I guess Zenkaiger, because robots. I haven't watched Saber, but was there ever a joke about the book reading before the transformation being really long? Nope. They played it 100% serious. Megatron versus Venjix from Power Rangers RPM. Who would win? Megatron could step on Venjix. So, Evility Live versus Holy Live. Which is better? Evility Live. I like it better. It looks cool. Cooler jingle, cooler suit. Have I seen Geats episode 3? I've seen like the raw footage of it. I haven't seen it subbed yet, but I've seen it. I haven't understood it yet. There you go. If Gollum saw Eren Yeager from Attack on Titan, what would be his reaction? He would be happy to see a new human. And then I don't know how he would react to the Titan. I haven't seen Attack on Titan, but I know of the Titans. I don't know. They're like humans, they're animals, but they're not really. I'm really interested in how he would react to those. um, would I buy some of the Vice Stamp selections for random Kamen Rider Genomixes? I've bought a few. Where are they? They're behind me. I bought a couple of them so I could use them in the Demon's Driver. I'll probably buy, like, if I see a Vice Stamp on like Buy for like $1 and I need a Vice Stamp or I need to like put stuff in the box, I'll probably buy it. But right now I might get Line at some point because I have something on HLJ and I might need to fill out an order. So maybe I'll get Lion at some point. But other than that, I kind of have all the ones I really, really want. And in that sense, I don't really, really want any of them because they're just fine or whatever. Nago is the secondary writer confirmed? No. But, no. If Gokaiger got a second adaptation for Power Rangers trying again after Super Megaforce, what would my pitch be for a second try of adapting Gokaiger? That's a waste of money. So I would say don't do that. Make a comic series that takes place during Super Megaforce and make the characters really good. Or before Super Megaforce, after Super Megaforce. Just do a... Actually, I mean, you could do a show, but don't redo Super Megaforce. Just put something in that continuity that makes it more interesting. Because I think redoing that is kind of a waste. Am I interested in the new Kamen Rider Black Sun show on Amazon? I am. I will be watching it. Who has any idea what the zombie race buckle says? I think it says like Crusher or like Crusher. This is what it sounds like to me. It might also just be yelling. What Sentai team would I like to be a part of, and what Ultraman would I want to be if I could be one? I would like to be a part of Zenkaiger, obviously, and I would like to have, I think being Orb would be cool. Like, if Guy, something happens to Guy, and now Orb is I'm the host of Orb, I think that would be kind of cool. Why am I streaming this instead of watching Futo PI or Breaking Bad? Well, I mean, Futo PI just has one episode that I haven't seen, and I'll watch it later. It's just a 22-minute episode, so, I mean, yeah. Will I buy the Nego egg? No. 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 Especially because that's gonna be in the big, like, hyper battle DVD box. They're gonna have like 50 other things in that. So you either buy this like $100 box or you buy a $50 Vice stamp. And if I'm buying a $50 Vice stamp, I don't know what I'm doing because I don't like Vice stamps enough to buy them for $50. Just one for $50. Do I have every Legend Rider gimmick for X-Save? Maybe. You'll find out tomorrow. If someone made a... Oh, I lost the question. If someone made and sent a Majin Gashat, would I be happy? I would be very happy. I would find somewhere to put it up here. Or put it... Maybe not up here, but somewhere with my X-Aid display. I would generally put it there. Like, that would be... Actually, or I'd put it with the Majin stuff. I'm now conflicted where I'd put it, but yes, I would absolutely love one. I definitely put it somewhere in my display. Thanos from Marvel versus Kamen Rider Geo. Who would win? Assuming Thanos has the Infinity Gauntlet and Geo can access Oma Geo wins because he can... Well, no, they can both rewrite reality. But I think Oma Geo's is more permanent. So I think I'm going to go with Geo as Oma Geo. Do I think donbrothers could get adapted? I think I said earlier no. I'll let you know in a year when I start looking at it for Sentai potential. Would I play a Tekken game if Bandai Namco put a Kamen Rider in it? I've actually never played a single second of Tekken, so I would consider it if they put a Kamen Rider in. If they put X-Aid in, I'd probably do it. So I haven't seen the video of Neon giving us the middle finger, thus making her the best character in the show. I have seen that video, actually. Poppy's Gashat done up in Majin flavors. I don't know what Majin flavors means, but that would be cool. If they can get it voiced by Miss Miyamoto, I would buy it for like $100. Um, Tycoon really needs to stop getting blackmailed. Does he get blackmailed in the latest episode? I can't really remember. I don't think he does, but he definitely he got baited. He didn't really get baited. He just got or blackmailed. He just got baited in the uh, episode 2. What a guy! Unbelievable. That's an actual video. It's the actress doing that, so yes, it is an actual video. They would either put that year's writer or Ichigo as a guest in a fighting game. That would still be cool. I would still be interested. If every Kamen Rider were real, how would the world, government, etc. react, cause and effect? We would all be dead. We would probably all be dead. Even though it seems like every conflict is localized to Japan, we'd probably all be dead. Which female rider suit is my favorite? Sabala from Saber. How do I like Deca Ranger so far? I have not seen Deca Ranger yet or started it, so it looks cool. I like SBD. That's where I'm at. What would I do if Zenkaiger and X-Aid were erased? I would die. Did I know I could marry fictional characters in some countries? Yes, I do know about the person who married Hatsune Miku. I hope they're going well. Since it's spooky, do I like horror movies? If so, what's your favorite? I'm like super on the fence with horror movies because I don't like watching them because I don't like being scared. So I'm like scared. Well, I mean, I know that's the point of them, but I don't like watching them and getting scared. But at the same time, getting scared gives you a really great adrenaline rush that's just really fun to have when you watch a film. Like, you're just perfectly safe. You're watching a movie, but you can still get so excited. So I'm like on the fence with horror movies. I don't know how to feel about them. So as for which one's my favorite, I don't know because of that. Because I'm like, I don't know if I like these movies or not. Like, I don't like these movies because they scare me, but I also do like being scared by these movies. So I'm like, I don't know. I don't know which one's my favorite. I saw like the Conjuring movies recently, earlier this year actually, and those were like genuinely really good movies, and they're also scary. But other than that, I don't really know, because I don't really watch horror movies. So, have I seen the image of X-Aid with an AK-47? And do you know who took the picture in place of origin? I don't know who took the picture or the place of origin, but I do know of the picture. I've seen it. To Thomas, Poppy versus Majin, who would win? Majin, obviously. Favorite Power Rangers villains? I don't know. Power Rangers villains are always kind of mid. Like, I'm thinking of my two favorite seasons. Like, Grum is kind of okay in SBD. Mesogog is kind of cool in Dino Thunder. I've always kind of joked about the way he talks in the show. He's like, Elsa, I need you to go outside and get me a glass of water. I just realized he sounds kind of like Batman. But he's also just kind of nothing. Am I allowed to say Trent when he was temporarily evil? Because I think he was really cool with that. And it's also super cool how that's kind of a reference to when Tommy was evil, but it's not a very on the nose, like, remember Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, remember Tommy, or Tommy, but like at the same time it's like a really interesting reference to that because Tommy's in the show, so he can see, he's like, wait, this is what happened to me. But he doesn't say that. Like, he doesn't go like, hey, this reminds me. I don't think he says that. I don't think he's like, this reminds me when I was the Green Ranger and I was captured and put under a spell, whatever. So I guess if I'm allowed to say Trent as the White Ranger while he was evil, I'll say Trent as the White Ranger while he was evil.
How does Ultraman compare to a Sentai mech or a Kamen Rider strength wise? I think, I mean, they could step on a Kamen Rider, and then they could probably destroy a Sentai mecha. So, um, oh god, yeah. If Kamen Rider was real, Shocker would and Foundation X would probably be all over the world. They wouldn't be localized to just Japan. So, yikes. If I have to watch a good J horror, watch One Missed Call. I don't know what that is, but thank you for the suggestion. Do I plan on buying the super imaginative Chogotive Kamen Rider toys? I have not bought a single one. I'm not the biggest fan of those aesthetics, so I've never bought one. I don't really plan on buying one ever. I don't know, unless they make a Muteki that looks really cool, but I don't know if it would look really cool because I'm not the biggest fan of how those look. So Tommy Oliver from Power Rangers versus Takeshi Hongo from Kamen Rider. Who would win? Tommy Oliver would get massacred from Takeshi Hongo, although he probably wouldn't kill a person in the first place, and Tommy would. So I don't know. uh, Gamers Force Ranger asks if they're late. Yes, I'm ending right now. Bye. I'm kidding. How long have we been going for? An hour 17. Yeah, we've got time. I'm gonna keep going. Um, won't my neck hurt after looking down for so long? No. Um, would I want an American-made Kamen Rider movie? I don't really want one or need one, but if they made one, I would go watch it. I think that would be interesting. What if was Majin what if Majin was in Harry Potter and forgot Tom Riddle with Harry Potter? I don't know what the last part of that question means. Forget Tom Riddle with Harry Potter. Um, I've read Harry Potter, so I know who does. I mean, I know who Harry Potter is. I know who Tom Riddle is. I don't know what the rest of that question means, but I think Majin would be really great in not common, right? Harry Potter. She would be. She wouldn't go to Hogwarts, would she? Because she lives in Kikaitopia, and then Japan, and then America. So I don't know. There is American wizard school. So I guess she would go to the. There's probably a wizard school in Japan or America, so she'd go to one of those, I guess. Do I like Flowery Kunoichi from Kaku Ranger? Don't know what that is. Tommy isn't prepared for Takeshi wearing his martial arts gi. That is true. Takeshi is just too much of a Chad to lose Tommy, honestly. Um, have I seen Inuyasha? Don't know what that is. What would I consider to be the Toku show of all time? Kamen Rider X8. That is the Toku of all time. If James Gunn made a Kamen Rider movie, I would watch it. James Gunn making a Kamen Rider movie would be pretty cool. He's not like the guy I need to make a Kamen Rider movie, but that would be really interesting. I wonder like what he would do. I mean, I guess he would really lean into like the cartoonishness of it, wouldn't he? Like it wouldn't make a super serious Kamen Rider. He would make. I mean, going off of The Suicide Squad and Guardians of the Galaxy, those are both very comedic, crazy, wacky movies. So he would really make a Kamen Rider movie that is somewhat true to the tokusatsu element, I guess. So I think that would be really cool. Um, do I like Sonic? Yeah, I've seen both Sonic movies. I thought they were cool. I've played the demo of Sonic Unleashed years ago when it came out. I've played like 2 levels of Sonic Forces because I could get it for free on PlayStation. I've never really played a Sonic game. I've never had a big attachment to Sonic, but I'm like, Sonic, he's cool. He's fast. Sonic can run fast, and I greatly respect that. What do I think of Toku in the Showa era, and what do I think of watching? Or do I plan on watching some? I've not seen a single one, but I mean, they look like some cool shows, so I might watch one eventually. I don't know. Oh, I'm shaking the camera. Oh no, earthquake. I don't know which one I'd watch. Cause like the obvious answer is like Ichigo, Go Rider, Go Ranger,
Ultraman or 7, I feel. But Ichigo and Go Ranger are very long, but Ultraman's very short. And I think Shin Ultraman's getting a release here, so if I can actually manage to get a ticket to see Shin Ultraman, maybe I'll just binge through the first Ultraman show so I can get some background on that. Um, but yeah, I mean Showa, like it's cheesy Showa, but it's like that's where the Toku came from. Actually, I've seen Godzilla, the original Godzilla. I completely forgot. I've seen the original Showa Toku. So, or no, was that even the Showa era? I don't know about Japanese eras because I don't live in Japan. I mean, I know of Showa, Heisei, Reiwa, but like I don't know like Sengoku. I think that's one. So, if Godzilla is in the show era, I've seen that. But other than that, like, I mean, I respect those shows and stuff because they're the start of a lot of the stuff we have today. So, I do not own a Sega Saturn. That is true. Is Metalder any good? I haven't seen it, but I've heard it's good. Who would win, Ichigo or Segatash Sanshiro? Ichigo would win because he's Ichigo. When do we get a rider or Sentai that's literally just a dog, like the opposite of Inu Brother? I mean, we got Mick in Double, who turns into a monster cat. He's a cat that becomes a monster cat. Obviously not an actual rider or Sentai, but I don't know. I mean, I don't know if they do that because it's like there's no actor there. Did I buy the X8 Figurized Standard Plastic Model Kit? I haven't, but I would like to. I just haven't seen. Like, I think they sell it locally here, and I haven't seen anywhere local that sells it. So if I see it locally, I'll buy it, make it. But I haven't gotten it. But I would like to. Oh, would she fight Tom Riddle with Harry Potter? Yes, of course, because she's a good guy. Geats so far in one sentence. Amazing. I would like to have a boost buckle. Thomas there saying he's more of a Mario guy instead of Sonic. So, I mean, yes. I haven't seen the Mario movie, the original one, but I've played more Mario games than Sonic by far. I've played most of Mario Odyssey, but I haven't finished it. Maybe I'll finish it soon. I've definitely played like the Mario Kart, Mario 3D, the Super Mario Wii game. I've definitely played that. So I've definitely played way more Mario games than I have Sonic games. So yeah, I guess I am more of a Mario guy. The original Showa era Toku was Spider-Man. Perhaps. Have I seen Scott Pilgrim versus the World? I have. It was a cool movie. Who would win, Ichigo or Kuga or 0-1? Kuga has his big, stupid, powerful kick, so I think he would win. Did I pre-order the Chimera driver? I have not because I just don't. I was very tempted because it's like it was very worth it because you get essentially 3 vice stamps, 3 riders with 1 belt. It would work in the Demon's driver, presumably. Maybe not, but it gives some worth to some of the vice stamps I already have. Some of the transformation sounds are pretty cool. The problem was I don't really like I don't like Juga in the show. I like the suit. I like everything about him except the actual story behind him. And for that, like I can't think about buying a toy and then having it like on my shelf and then every time I look at it I just think about something I don't like. And then it's also expensive. So it was either that or like Geats. I could save up for Geats, and I vastly prefer the look of Geats and stuff, and I would be buying a lot of that stuff anyway. So I haven't pre-ordered it. I don't think I will be pre-ordering it. I mentioned earlier, if I ever see like a cheap Chimera driver at some point, like a complete with everything, maybe I'll pick it up. But right now I don't really feel like it. Mario stream? No Mario stream. A Transformers and Mitchell's versus the Machines crossover would be interesting. It would be interesting. Kind of fits in with Earthspark, I feel. If I buy the Exit figure, I prepare for sticker hell. I have heard of the horror stories with the stickers, so I am actually prepared for that. Would I categorize Maji Pink as an insect-themed ranger? I never thought about that. I mean, butterflies are insects, aren't they? So, no, are they? I don't think they're insects. Hello.
Google.com. Are butterflies insects? Butterflies are insects. So yes, I would categorize her as an insect ranger. Which jingle is the best of the three? Okay, so like the Chimera Standby, I think is the best. No, actually, no, Diamond. It's all Diamond. Diamond has the best standby, has the best jingle. But I actually think Chimera has the best. No, yeah, Chimera has a better suit than Diamond, but I think Juga has a better suit than all of them. But it also has the worst sounds because the standby is weird and the noise, the transformation sound is weird. So, yeah. We got a $50 super chat from Cure. There's no message attached to it, so I can't say anything, or there's nothing I can really like. There's no question there. But either way, thank you so much for the super chat. I greatly appreciate it. I mean, thank you. If you have a question, I mean, leave a question. I'll answer it. But thank you. That frazzled me for a second because I had a question I was gonna answer, and then I had to focus on the $50 super chat because that's epic. Amazon Alpha versus Scorpion from Mortal Kombat. I think Alpha's blind, so Scorpion would win. Have I ever tried Marvel versus Capcom? I have not. What real game do I think Xade would have as his base form? I mean Mario, right? Like it's kind of based on Mario or Kirby. I guess Kirby because Mighty is just Kirby. He looks like Kirby. Thoughts on Japanese Spider-Man? I haven't seen it, but it looks like a really interesting show, and I think he's gonna be in the second Spider-Verse, one of those movies in the second Spider-Verse. So I'm really looking forward to him in that movie. I really hope they try to do something with the fact he's a live action. I mean, he's tokusatsu. Like they don't have to, but I think it would be really interesting if like they do some live action element with him because he's live action. So. Do I play Power Rangers Battle for the Grid? I own it. Battle for the Grid, yeah, Battle for the Grid is the game, right? So I have it. I haven't played it in forever, but I did play it. I did enjoy the game, but now I'm just like, Did I play that Kamen Rider game that came out last year? Yes, Memory of Heroes. I own it. I have completed it. It's really cool. I had nothing to say. Enjoy the $50. Well, thank you. How many Vice stamps do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 here. But on pre-order, I have the first Demons set with Over Demons and Anomaru Karis. Then I have the Demons Troopers set with Spider Kuwagata Trooper. And then I pre-ordered a Veiled Driver with Hercules, Kabuto, and I got Komodo Dragon. So I have 7 on the way. If the Saber Riders were Transformers, what alt modes would I give them? I mean, the obvious thing is the animals they transform into for most of them. So Saber would be a dragon, Blades would be a lion, Espada would be something magical. I don't know, like maybe some kind of like a helicopter or something to go with the lamp, like a helicopter that's vaguely shaped like a lamp for a genie. Or a magic lamp. I don't know if any transformer would transform into a magic lamp, let alone what the practicality of that is. But I guess if he could transform into that, I'd have him transform into that. Let's see. Buster would be a turtle. Alternatively, I could see him being like a tank. It would be really cool. Kenzan is another weird one because I don't know where, he can't transform into a ninja. I guess what Prowl in animated was like a ninja, so maybe he could turn into a motorcycle, and he's like animated Prowl. He's like a ninja motorcycle. Blades, sorry, not Blades. Slash is hard because he's another story type. Yeah, I don't know what you do. Like an ice cream truck, like the twins in Revenge of the Fallen. So that's Slash. Caliber, a dragon. Psycho.
Psycho would be a headmaster, definitely. I don't know what he could just be anything, I guess. Some kind of assault vehicle because of the axe thing going on, or something light, like to do with light. But I don't really know. Psycho's something. But he'd be a headmaster to go with the whole sword thing. Um, Sabla would be some kind of bug, a butterfly. Durandal would be a shark or some kind of water creature, and then Falcon would be um, a phoenix. And then as for Solomon and Storis, I'm not even going to attempt something because I don't know what they turn into. Any insect we haven't seen as a rider yet you'd like to see? A moth, but I feel like we have a moth. That's a moth is literally the first thing I think of because we kind of have like most insects as riders. Isn't Kabuto faster than Drive? Yes, I think so. Would I like to see Zenkaiger and power-ups team up starting up with Mystiforce? Yes, I would love to see Majin interact with an American prototype version of herself. Do I play Kamen Rider Memory of Heroes? I do, and I finished it. I've completed the entire game. Kamen Rider Drive versus Flash from DC. I mean, well, Drive would arrest the Flash because he's a criminal. But the Flash, in terms of just the characters, the Flash would win because he's faster. I mean, he's literally faster than the cops, so. Who would win, Sonic the Hedgehog or Super Mario Brothers or Kamen Rider Ichigo? I think Ichigo would win because he's stronger, but Sonic is faster. So Kenzan is just a pretender. Kenzan as a pretender would be interesting. What if the Revice Tribe use Ant Vice Amps? I like that they use Spider and Kuwagata because it goes with the thing they've set up, but Ant Vice Amps as troopers would have been really interesting. Do we technically have a ladybug yet? Since I don't think human tackle wave counts in stronger. Well, she kind of does, but we don't have a modern no, there was like a ladybug in Kabuto in the stage show, but it looks really dumb. So let's get another one. A dung beetle rider. We got a dung beetle form as concept art with Revice. That's what the rogue form it was supposed to be. But like a main rider as a dung beetle would be really funny. Do I still continue watching Futo PI? Yes, I haven't watched the latest episode, but I've caught up with everything before that, and I really like it. So yeah, I plan to finish it out. I don't know if I'll do a I don't really know if I'll do a review because it's like a short 12 episodes. If I do, maybe it'll be really short. If I do, I probably won't do a then to now. If that's okay with everyone, like if I just do a review, like a quick 10-minute thing, like my thoughts on Futo PI, then maybe I will do that. But right now I don't really plan to. But it is I might do something related to the end of it, but I don't know if I'll do a full review. Dung Beetle throwaway rider in Kabuto should have been a thing. Well, half of those riders were already throwaway riders, so I don't think we needed more. From what I remember in Drive, Formula can travel as fast as the speed of sound, while Kabuto in base form can go as fast as the speed of light and double it in hyper form. So yeah, Kabuto is way faster. There you go. How do I feel about them implying Philip is gay? I don't care. Good for him. He likes men. I hope he finds a man. I mean, that's about it. It's like, good for him. He could like men. If the Vice Amps were all dinosaurs like we thought they would be, what dinosaurs do I think they would be? I have no idea. There's so many dinosaurs. There's so many ways you could have linked them to the riders in terms of design. So I don't know. I don't really know what they would have done. What Kamen Rider series would I like a season 2 of? Great question. I've given it some thought because I mean, off the top of my head, I would really love a Saber season 2.
but like years later, as in like most of the original cast isn't there, or they're like a background role. We just look at the sort of logos after years have passed, and now we have a new team of swordsmen. And like because of the way that show ended, like maybe we could have someone with Rekka, Nagare, Ikazuchi, of course, but we can have like actual Durandal and Sabla like people. We don't need to like hide those Seikens. Would be really interesting to see if someone take on Psycho, or actually would Yuri just be immortal using Psycho? I think that would be really fun actually if he's just like there and there's like all these new people. It would be really interesting to see how Caliber, the Kuriyami, is used after so many years. Like would Sophia still be immortal and still be using that as well? So her and Yuri are just like the mentors of this new team, or like would they have to pass it on to like someone new or something? My battery is running low, so I will need to do something about that. Oops. Okay, wait, hold on, battery. I'm literally plugged in. Hello? Why is my computer like this? It says I'm on low battery, but I'm literally plugged in. No. Please don't die on me, laptop. I need you to make content for the good people of YouTube. I'm plugged in. If the stream dies suddenly, you guys know why, I guess. Someone said L battery. Yeah, I agree. This battery's kind of being an L right now. Someone said we're being hacked. I don't really see how we're being hacked. It's just my battery is not working, even though I'm plugged in. Ah! Yeah, I'm literally plugged in, and it's like low battery. Please charge. Hello? What more do you want from me? We're gonna try this cable over here. Okay? We're working against the clock right now. It's still not working. I don't get it. Everything's plugged in. Everything is lighting up. Like the light from the charger on the computer is on. The light, like there was a spark when I plugged in this, maybe not a good thing, when I plugged in this charger, but nothing is charging. Like guys, I'm literally... Okay, well, it seems that my laptop is broken or something. Oh! Okay, we're back. It works now. Okay, I was about to end and I was going to be very sad. I apologize for the slight delay there, but we're back up and running. Stream lives on. Okay. I saw a few questions in the chat, so now I'm gonna I'm going to respond to those now. I did see one quick thing because I was talking about the Saber sequel. Someone asked if it would be before or after Trio of Deep Sin. It would have to be after. Like, literally, I'm thinking decades after the original show, to the point where we can now have new characters. Like, I mean, honestly, kind of to the point where I'm thinking, like, Sora's son, so Ogami's, like, grandson, maybe Blades and May with a child, maybe Toma's grandchild with the kid he adopts, like, literally generations after the original show. Do I play Super Smash Bros. Ultimate? I haven't played it in a while, but I have played it. I do enjoy that game. Who's my favorite writer in Geats so far? Either of the main three. I really like all three of them equally. Which is the better couple, Shotaro and Philip or Shotaro and Tokime? Well, Shotaro and Philip are more like a set of brothers rather than like gay for each other, especially because Philip's like kind of underage. So I have to go with Shotaro and Tokime. And actually, I do think they're kind of nice together. So, yeah. Do I think there will be a Geats Vicing for the Geats X Revice crossover movie? I do think there will be one. A Fox one seems very likely. Which CSM rider belt would I buy? Den-O or Xaid? Can I say which Vicings I have? I have Terra, Megalodon, Jackal, Brachio, Kajiki, Spider. Common Rider after Saber. I don't know about that name, but yes, that is the idea I would like. What is my favorite Henshin belt toy? The Desired Driver. Would I like to see a Super Sentai series, but in animation, in the tone of the original Teen Titans cartoon? Sure, that would be cool. How do I think Vice is going to come back for the winter movie? Probably we'll have to do something with the Revice buckle. Wait. This stupid thing will do something. If I was invited by Sumuri to participate in the DGP, what would my desire be? That's a secret. Was there a joke in Saber about how long the books could be before they transformed? Nope, there was never a joke about that. I would say the main three are the main, the primary rider, the secondary rider, and the tertiary rider, the main three. So, am I getting the Revice driver? I don't plan to right now. I may do it in a few years if I see one cheap. But right now, focusing all on Geats. I've pre-ordered all the Revice stuff I need. Other than that, it's all Geats, baby. Kamen Rider Saber 50 years later? 50 years would be a good gap of time, yeah. Can I show the Revice buckle again? Where is it? Here it is. Here it is. Revice buckle. What do I think will happen first? The donbrothers during a roll call, or everyone discovering who Inu is? I think discovering Inu, because I think they'll discover who Inu is, and then they'll do a roll call, because then they'll all be a team. So, yeah. Am I ever getting Kyomu? I don't want to say I'll never get Kyomu, because at this point, it's like I have all the other Saber Seikens. It's the only one I'm missing. So I won't say I'll never get Kyomu, but right now I'm like, I have no desire to buy that. So, no, I'm never getting Kyomu. Who is the tertiary? Nago is the tertiary because that's the third one in the opening. I mean, she's the third one in the main thing. She's the third one they showed off at the press conference. She's the third one. I mean, What season of Power Rangers should be the final one for the Zenkaiger to meet? Mighty Morphin, Dino Thunder, or Super Mega Force? Mighty Morphin, so then they could kill the Mighty Morphin Rangers and then we never see them again. What TokuTuber would I collaborate with? Any of them. I've collabed with a lot of them already. I've collabed with a lot of people I wanted to collab, and I would like to collab with more. I mean, I don't want to pick names like I would only want to collab with this person because I don't care. I'll collab with any of them. Is it just me, or does the Geats Henshin theme have the opening notes from the Batman animated series opening? I have no idea. I know what you're talking about, but I don't know. I don't hear it. So. Jesus Christ came in the chat and then said, God bless. I mean, on brand, I guess. I would like to see a new Reiwa Kamen Rider fight against Shocker. I mean, Shin Kamen Rider? I know that doesn't count. I don't know. Shocker is kind of whatever. I mean, we got Revice fighting against monsters that were part of Shocker. And Saber, of course. So, I don't know. I don't think we really need any more Shocker. Could Power Rangers and Kamen Rider be a roster in Smash Bros. Ultimate or not? Well, they're done making Smash Ultimate. They've added all the people they wanted to add, so that game is done. So they're not going to be in it, and then they're not video game characters, so that's the whole thing with Smash. So they're not going to be in it either. Yeah. If they're Super Sentai Strongest Battle 2, who should be with Majin? Me. If I had to pick more people, let's say me, Majin, me, Juran, Majin Ranger, Wolzard Fire, and the Ryusel Red. There you go. That's my strongest battle team. Or sorry, it would be Majin's strongest battle team because she's the leader. So it would be Team Majin, I guess. I think they had names, right? So that's the name of that team. It's 5, so I'm checking if there's like any Premium Bandai announcements right now because it's Sunday. It's Premium Bandai o'clock. No, nothing. Bandai, are you not doing anything? Good. I mean, that's good. You don't need to do something. I like money. I don't want to spend all the money. Okay. We saved money this Sunday. Do I have any Kamen Rider model kits? I do not. I would like the X8 and Deno one. Maybe the Build one too. But other than that, no, I don't have any. Pack Adventure X8 should be a spirit. That would be cool. Kamen Rider Kuga versus Wes. Kuga wins because he has the strong kick, and Wes is just a man from Power Rangers Time Force. Who am I going to save? Lovekov or Majin? Majin. Easy. Do I plan on getting the Lego Optimus Prime anytime soon? I already have it. He's up there. I can see him. I did a whole thread when I was building him on twitter.com. So I have him. I love him. He's great. Mighty Action X could be in Smash. That would be really cool, actually. But they have Kirby and Jigglypuff. So it'd be like 3 round pink creatures in that game, which would be really funny. Have I seen the Marvelous, Live, and Evil in Imperial Demon's form for the next VSIMA? I have. I talked about those at the beginning, but I'll talk about them now. I like them. I like the idea of Live and Evil getting like Revice drivers and getting a form that's like Revice, where the two of them are there working together. Actually, in the picture we get, they're even doing the Revice like fist bump thing that I can't do because I'm just one person. So that's really neat. The colors could be better, but I don't mind them. I think any other color would have worked better, but I don't mind them. I think it looks cool. Imperial Demons is awesome. I love that form. Love the spiderweb cape, spider armor, the new symmetrical spider head. I wish the spider was like on his chest rather than his head. Looks a little bit weird on his head, but it's still super good looking form. Makes me want the Vice stamp, but I also do not want to pay V Cinema DVD prices for a Vice stamp that we don't even know the sounds it makes. So, yeah. Mighty Action X isn't a real game. It is a real game. They made a real Mighty Action X game, which is why it was brought up as a game, a character that could be included. So, it is a real game. Look it up. It genuinely is a real game. They made a real game of it. Do I think there will be a Kamen Rider 5th Reiwa season next year or not? I don't know why there wouldn't be. Kamen Rider's been going very strong. It's been going for over 20 years at this point. I don't know why it wouldn't have a 5th season or 5th Reiwa season next year and like 34th season overall. So yes, I do think there will be a new season next year. Which do I like more if I had any Chinese food, Japanese food, Thai food, or Vietnamese food? Well, I've never been to any of those countries, so I don't feel like I've had the authentic, actual food they had there. Um, so, like, I've had some, like, sushi and, like, Vietnamese food, and I like that. And, like, I guess I might have had Chinese food or Thai food, but I don't know if that's like I have the barrier of like Americanized food, so I don't know. If Zenkaiger meets Super Mega Force, what Zenkaigers ask them? Can you do a Gokai change? Probably. What if they made a Kamen Rider series that's similar to Avatar: The Last Bender? Would I like it? And if that show is real, how would I envision it? That would be cool. I like that show. I don't really know what you mean by like that show though. Like in the tone of the show, because I mean it has a good tone. Unless you mean like the elemental thing, in which Kamen Rider Saber. um, so I don't know how I'd envision it. I mean, I don't know. Go play Mighty Action X for the 3DS. I don't have a 3DS, and I also can't buy a 5-year-old Japanese game easily right now, so... Have I tried South Korea food? I don't think so. Kamen Rider Dapan being the more evil rider than the more scary-looking rider like Kamen Rider Buffa feels fresh and new. I mean... I guess, like, going into it, myself and a lot of other people were like, okay, so Dapan, the big panda man, that's going to be the evil person. Buffalo's going to be a big softy. Granted, he's not a big softy either, but I felt like Dapan was going to be a spooky dude, because he looks kind of spooky. He's a big panda man. How many DGP do I think are going to happen in Geats? They probably won't even be playing anymore by episode 30. I don't know. That's a really first of all, I love that that's a question that like we literally can ask. Like, how many Desire Grand Prix are we actually going to have happen in the show? Because I thought it would just be one, and then maybe they'd stop at a certain point. So how many will happen? Yeah, I don't know. Like, genuinely, it's super interesting because they've already cut us down to 6 riders in the second Desire Grand Prix. So, for all we know, this could end in like another 7 episodes and they do another one. So, my speculation was that they would do one each arc of the season. So, I've been thinking like 4 Desire Grand Prix, including the one in just episode 1. So, I think we would have just episode 1, then we have this one last until the end of the year, or like a first arc, then we have a second one last as a second arc, and then we have a third one last as the final arc. Alternatively, maybe they'll do 5 and we have like 4 different Desire Grand Prix arcs. Alternatively, Maybe they'll do tons, and we just kind of like go through a bunch of them in an episode, which would be crazy. But yeah, I don't know. That I honestly think it's kind of up in the air, and I really enjoy that. What kind of bender would I like to be? Oh, for a second I was like, I don't know what you're talking about, but I forgot we just mentioned Avatar: The Last Airbender. So that kind of bender. Um, I don't know, because like they all do cool stuff. The obvious thing for me would be fire, just because I've always liked fire elemental stuff and red, and I think that would be kind of cool, just fire. But the other ones actually feel more practical, like water. Water is useful. Earth is everywhere. Air is everywhere. So those would be like super useful to have. But I also just think fire would be really cool. So I guess I'll go with fire. Do I have a Nintendo Switch? I do have a Nintendo Switch. What would be my Uncle Juran's super form? Probably based on like some kind of new armor design, based on like Ryu Soldier, Aba Ranger, maybe some fusion of all four Dino Sentai, I guess. If I were given the opportunity, which Kamen Rider would I like to play? Xaid. What do I even do after Dawn Brothers? Pull a Cure Major and do a simple season? No, they're never going back to simple season. I mean, they probably will, but I mean, yeah, we have 2 CG Rangers on the team. They'll come up with something new and crazy next year probably. What if they end this one by around the time of the upgrade form? That would be around the end of the second or the end of this first arc. That's usually how this is going. So yeah, that's kind of what I envisioned. They would end around that time. If Aang from Avatar was a common, or is it Aang? I think they say Aang. If Aang from Avatar was a Kamen Rider, what would his henshin and suit look like or be like? I mean, it would probably be like double with the cyclone and the wind and then he gets a suit. I don't know what it would look like. I mean, it would probably be orange and blue to go with his outfit. But other than that, I have no idea. Maybe they were planning to get each riders win the game. Like Nago wins, Tycoon wins, Buffa wins. I don't think they'll do that many where each rider wins. I feel like they'll have Geats win this one, this first arc. But I can definitely see them at some point they'll have, like, Kamen Rider always does the big thing where like the villains are winning now or something. So like in Xaid, the big thing is like Xaid where Kamen Rider Chronicle happens and you're like, wait, the villains won? They'll definitely do something like that where some big bad person is playing the Desire Grand Prix and then they're actually going to win and then their world is going to be super bad and that's going to be like the big like wake up call, like, wait, what's happening here? That's what I think is going to happen. I feel it's kind of obvious, but I don't know, maybe I feel like that will happen. Why was Garen such a jerk towards Blade? I haven't seen Blade, so I can't tell you, but I do know that the memes are very funny. So have I seen the last Airbender movie? I have. I think I saw it before the show, but I have seen the show in its entirety as well, so there's that. But I have seen the movie. What happened if Majin meets Xaid? He'll give her a gamer driver and the Muteki Gasha and say, this is yours now. Have fun. Are we just going to ignore the masked guy from the end of episode 1? Yes. I mean, he's in the show. I don't know what we don't know what purpose he has right now, other than obviously playing the game or controlling it. Favorite and least favorite Avatar: The Last Airbender characters. It's been a while since I've seen the show. I can't really come up with a least favorite because they're all pretty good. I mean, Azula's like mean, but that's the point of her character, so I don't want to say she's my least favorite because that means they did a good job making the show. And I don't want to say Zuko because that feels like the generic thing because he has that really great story. I did like how Toph was handled as like a blind person, but then she can see with her earth bending. It's like Daredevil from Daredevil the movie. I mean, or the show. I mean, depends which one you like more. So Yeah, I mean, I guess either Toph or Zuko are my favorites, and then I don't know, least favorite. I mean, I guess Sozu, the big bad guy, is kind of boring as the big bad guy. Like, I don't, from what I remember, he's not in the show really at all until the last episodes, and then he's the big boss. So that's kind of annoying. It's like we defeated this guy we don't know. Maybe they could have made, I don't know, but Azula works better being, I think she's defeated by, I don't remember who defeated her, but I do know, I remember enough that whoever defeated her, that made more sense to be defeated by her, or to defeat her. But maybe they could have had more of the Emperor, Overlord, Firebender dude, whatever his official name was. Favorite, and oh, I just answered that. Would I ever audition for a Kamen Rider or Super Sentai show? Absolutely. I would love to be in one of the shows. I don't know if I really have the acting chops to pull it off, but like, I don't know. I would like to be in the show. Which series had the best final fight / ending? Honestly, Revice. I'm not gonna say Revice, but Revice I think had a, like, because it's topical. I think it had a really fantastic ending and final fight. I don't want to get into details because that's spoiling it. To explain why spoils it, but it's a really good finale, I think, to the show. X-Aid is like, I like the X-Aid final battle for its connection to the beginning, but I don't. The fight itself isn't that incredible. I think Kuga's is overrated. I don't want to say Kuga's. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to say Revice. I guess I'll just go with X-Aid because I'm the X-Aid guy. Geets won the last DGP right in episode 1. Was his wish still in effect in the new DGP? I mean, yes, they are showing that in the show. He's just a celebrity now in this world. So yeah. Thoughts on Legend of Korra? I haven't seen that, but like, I've heard some things about it, and I think it's really interesting the way it's built on the Avatar show. But I haven't seen I mean, I've seen like some clips, but I haven't watched a single episode. Should Majin be in the 4th Super Sentai as a mentor ranger? Yes, she definitely should. When do we get the MMPR in Fortnite? I have no idea. It's kind of crazy they haven't put them in Fortnite yet, because they've already done like a Megazord, their own Megazord, twice. They already put in like characters that have like transformations, like you do an emote and they completely change. And then, I mean, they have Goku and stuff do that, but like actual brand new characters that are just Power Rangers. So it's kind of weird they're not in there yet. Yeah, I don't know. How long have we been going? We've been going for 2 hours, so I think I'm going to wrap up here soon. Obviously, let me know. Leave any last question you have, and I'll try to answer them before I leave. So we still have a couple questions here. What do I think about the Revice of East and X forms? I've mentioned that a few times, my thoughts, but I think Live and Evil are cool. I like to have Revice drivers. I think Imperial Demons looks awesome. It's a really cool Spider Demons power up. That's what Over Demons should have been, but it's fine. Didn't a fan get into Geets as one of Nago's bodyguards? That was really nice to see. It's like, well, okay, yes, he is a fan. He's in the show, but he's worked on the show before. He's been a stunt person in. I know at least he was in Reiwa the First Generation as one of the Freedom Fighters in the alternate timeline in a couple scenes. And I think he's been in a couple other Rider seasons. He's definitely, I think, been a stunt man in Power Rangers as well. And he also lives in Japan, so it's very easy for him to go be in a Kamen Rider show because he's where they film all that. But now he's like an actual character in the show. He's been in 2 episodes. He's like his face is right there. He's talking to the camera, so that's really cool for him. Have I seen My Hero Academia? Nope. What should be Senpaider's Power Rangers name? I think they've always just referred to them as Legendary Rangers, right? Legendary Ranger mode? They don't really need a special name for those guys. When am I gonna watch Breaking Bad? Right now. No, I'm not. I don't know. I've read some theories that Kamen Rider Geats is the reason for the Yamato invasion. Yes, I think. Okay. It's crazy to me that, like, it feels so obvious, like, especially with this episode, the last episode, like, it feels so obvious that Yamato are made by the DGP or they're being used by them somehow, because it's super weird to me that it's like, okay, there's this alien invasion or monster invasion, whatever, and then this organization is like, all right, the way to defeat these monsters is to make common riders. Okay, let's make a game out of them. What? Like, the monsters are attacking, we're just gonna, instead of fighting them, like, fighting them in a war because they're bad guys, we're just gonna make a game out of them. We're all gonna, like, collect little trinkets, have a little bit of fun. And then, like, the way the two episodes are, is like, they're able to change what's happening in the game on a dime. Like, in episode 2, the Yamato have, the whole part is treasure hunting. They're like, the Yamato have race buckles, fight the Yamato and get the buckles. And it's like, how did they get them? Why do they have them? Why do they have them in DGP boxes? Like, it seems very obvious to me. It's like, those are foot soldiers made by the DGP. That's why they have that. And then later, when they're like, okay, the big bad guy's shown up, now we're gonna, like, skip to fighting the guy. It's like, I mean, that part kind of feels like a bit like, oh, maybe they are like an alien race or something attacking. But it's also, like, very clearly they wanted to set up something interesting. They wanted to get a new bad guy in the fight, and they, and then especially too in episode 3 where they're like, zombies. Now there are zombies. We're gonna have a zombie match. It's like, why are they zombies? Are you sure you didn't, like, make like, we want a new zombie thing happening, so we're gonna make a zombie match like that? It feels very obvious to me that the Yamato are made by the DGP. They're not. The DGP wasn't made because of them. They were made by them. That's what I'm thinking. Favorite and least favorite Transformers movie designs, excluding the Bumblebee movie. Favorite would be, this is, I think, a super unpopular opinion, but I really love the Bumblebee design from Age of Extinction. I think he looks, and Stinger, of course. I think he looks incredible. Like, that's such a cool design to me. I really love, like, the whole thing with it. Like, just the car looks really cool. Either of the cars. The whole, like, ninja spider shuriken thing on the back looks awesome. I love the chest design. Like, it looks really cool. I love the big claw cannon too. Like, I think that's really cool. I really like that design. Least favorite, I mean, any of the weird foot soldiers that you barely see. I mean, it's like, actually no, Q/Wheeljack, horrible design. I don't know why they made that character design look like that. So there you go. Which rider had the ugliest upgrade form? Thundergale from Revice. Who would win, Sirius Black or Hiromi/Kamen Rider Demons? Well, Demons is like an old man. So, and Sirius is he's also old, but he can also do magic. So, Sirius would win. Just a random one, but least favorite Kamen Rider gimmick. I don't know. Like, I'm trying to think. Let's see. Definitely not raise buckles. Vice stamps, maybe, but I don't really hate them. Definitely not ride books. I don't own any progress keys, but they're fine. Maybe progress keys. I like ride watches. I like full bottles. Obviously, I like gashettes. I like icons. I like shift cars. I like lock seeds. I like astro switches. I like wizard rings. I like O's medals. I like double memories. The cards are fine. I know. Overall, I kind of find the idea of the cards a bit boring, because they're not really much of anything. I don't know. I don't really want to say any of them, because I do like them. They're all pretty good. If Vale captured Majin, what would I do? I would kill Vale. It's very simple. Which tokusatsu series has a great concept but poorly done? Revice, kind of. The demon and the family concept is a bit floundered as the show goes on. I don't think Kabuto uses its concept very well with the worms. There's another one. Oh, I was like, there's another one that I'm trying to think of. It's very big. Lupin Ranger versus Powder Ranger. I do think they kind of fumble. No, I don't know. I think they did a good job with the verses, but they kind of don't use it to its fullest extent. So I don't want to say. What does the question say? Poorly done. I don't want to say it's poorly done. Maybe it's just not as good as it could be. Um, I guess Geo. I mean, Geo's kind of the dumb, obvious answer because time travel are common writers and they don't do it very well. Yeah, actually, I'm gonna say Geo because the whole premise of the show is like time traveling to see the other common writers, and then at a certain point they just stop that. They just meet the common writers in the present day, and it's like, what's the point of the time travel then? They're just gonna show up now. It was really dumb to me. What is my favorite Dopant form? Nazca. No, Weather. Weather was really cool. How many episodes of Power Rangers Majine's show should she have? An infinite amount. It goes on forever. Are the Switch and PlayStation 5 the only consoles I've ever played? That makes it sound like I was born like yesterday. No, I've played I've had a PlayStation 4, a PlayStation 3, I have a PlayStation 2 still. I played the Wii, the Wii U. That's actually it. Those are the only ones I've played. But I mean, I played way more than just two consoles. Um, yeah, cards. Yeah, the card game is. I feel like because there's only so much you can do with cards, as like using them and stuff. Like you either insert them into something and they scan, or you just plug them into something and or you put them over something and they scan, and they kind of don't look the most interesting as well. So, what do I think of O's medals? I think they're cool. They look nice. Do I have a copy of Detail of Heroes for Xaid? I do not. Kira Major or Tokyuger? I've only seen Kira Major between those two, so. What Kamen Rider character makes you go, I fear no man, but that thing scares me? Ryugen, because he's scary. What's your favorite female Kamen Rider? Mine is also Sabla. Do I like the Commander upgrade form? I'm not sure what Commander upgrade form you are referring to with that. If Kamen Rider Xaid were to get adapted, what should be the name? Power Rider Epic Gamers. If Kamen Rider Double gets an American adaptation, what should be the name? Power Rider Double? Power Rider W? The name's right there. It's a double in English. Just bring it over. Bring over the same thing. Why am I scared of Ryugen? He's scary. That's why. Recommended big Wonder Ride books to buy. Jao. Jao is very cool. Makes cool sounds. I have them all right here. I'm gonna pull all of them out. I'm kidding. There will be no pulling out. The X Swordsman is pretty cool. I really like X Swordsman. A Primitive Dragon and Elemental Dragon go very well together. Dragon Ignite is also really cool. I guess I'd say those. I like Tatagami Kyoju Senki, but I think it's kind of finicky. It's kind of weird. I don't know. Just buy whichever one you think looks cool. Honestly, it's very. They all do cool, interesting things. So. Yeah, the show accuracy with the decade cards is so weird. I don't know why they do that. Like any other gimmick for Kamen Rider or Sentai or Ultraman actually, they'll make them look like they are in the show, and if you like look at the back, you got like copyright info or like QR code stuff, but that's fine. But then the cards, for some reason, they always try to work them into the games, and they look so bad. Like I don't have any examples to show you because I only own the Ultra Replica cards, so they look like they do in the show. But it's so dumb. I don't understand. I mean, I kind of understand it, but I really hate how they're like, we're going to make a card gimmick. Okay, cool. We'll do this with the card gimmick. Okay, cool. but we want them to work in our video game. So we have to add all of this crap onto them, and now they no longer look like the way they do in the show. What? Why have you done this? Why did you do that? So like honestly, if they just put it on the back, it's fine because it's just the back of a card. But actually, Decker has like the back of the card is very important in Ultraman Decker. Not to hate on Decker, but like Decker's a very useful example where like on the back of the card in the show, it's just like text. I mean, it's just like space, I think. In the toy line, they've put all this crap on it because it has to work in the game. And on the front, it's also usually just like, I think it's just a picture of Decker and some cool details. But on the toy, they have to put all this crap in because that's to work in the game. And it's so dumb. I really do not like that. So I think that's why I don't really like card gimmicks. Not because they're not bad, or not because they are bad, because the toys just kind of screw them up. I mean, yeah. How am I enjoying the recent Don Brothers episode? Who's my favorite, and which character would be a good pair for Regine and a potential crossover? Love Don Brothers, absolutely fantastic show. Favorite, I decided earlier it was Jiro because he has a cool suit and I think he's fun. A good pair for Regine and a potential crossover, I would actually have to say Kichi Brother because they can both be Pink Rangers who talk about being married as well. They gotta bring back the Power Rider trademark. I don't know if they have to, but it would be cool. What if Kamen Rider Geats got adapted? I mean, yeah, I don't like the toys. All the toys are locally available. The toys are entirely English. They only speak English. The Western audience can understand what the toys are saying because it's their language. And then it would be weird to adapt it though. Like it would be really funny to adapt the show, and then you're like, I want to buy Power Rider Fortnite toys, and then it's like this Japanese version of the box, but the sounds are all in English. That would be really weird. Also, it's just weird they haven't like simulcasted it because like it's all English. Like all the sounds are English. I feel like they should have like it feels like they wanted to make it English or like okay, my thought process was they made this whole toy line speak English and now it's available locally. So it's like, okay, it feels like there was a thought process here. Let's make the toys very accessible to the Western world that speaks English, or America. I guess I'll just say America because it's available in America. It feels like they made the toy line very accessible to America because it's available through Team Kamen Rider, and the toys all speak English so you can understand what they're saying. But then it's not simulcast. And it feels like they wanted it to be simulcast then. I don't know. What if the card gimmicks were 3D modeled instead of 2D or flat? I mean, then they wouldn't be cards. So I don't know how that would work. What Ultraman is the ultraist man? I love this question. Orb, I guess I'd say, is the ultraist man. In your superhero Senki video, what did I say when Majin used her bottom to hit a monster? You'll have to watch that video to see what I said. Avatar Aang versus Kamen Rider Decade. I think Aang would kill Decade. I mean, I don't think he would because he doesn't want to kill people, but I do think Aang would win. How do I like Kamen Rider? It literally says Power Rangers, and I said Kamen Rider. How do I like Power Rangers Technical Storm as the name of a Zenkaiger adaptation? It's one of the better names I've heard. It's not Force or Megazord or something, so that's cool. Ticket from ToQger or Navi from Gokaiger? Ticket's just a little friend on your hand, so I'm gonna go with Ticket. Kamen Rider Gaim versus Power Rangers RPM, the shows. Which show is better? I've seen both, so I would say I think I like Gaim better. RPM is still an incredible show, but I think I personally like Gaim better. The suits I like better. I feel like it has more interesting stuff. But RPM, definitely no slouch. RPM is very good. What if X-Aid's driver worked like the guy from Web Diver, a Takara robot thing that could transform into a train in video game with add-ons? I don't know. I don't really understand what the question's asking because I haven't seen this thing. So Um, I don't know. I mean, it sounds cool. Takara makes cool toys. They make Transformers. So, yeah, I think it would sound cool. Should Zenkaiger stayed as Sentai Sentai Sentaiger? No, I think it would be really funny, but I don't think people would take it seriously. People already don't take it seriously. I think less people would take it seriously if it was called that. So I'm glad they made a switch. Although, I don't. That is a banger name, so it would have been really badass if they did that. How would I cross over Majin and the Maji Rangers together? So, I guess I would just have her be like, I want to go to Maji Ranger World. I want to meet the Maji Rangers, and then, like when she's world traveling with her friends, and then shenanigans happen. They get like trapped there, and then she has to work with all the Maji Rangers. So it's literally just Majin and all 8 Maji Rangers working together, and they easily defeat evil because she's super powerful and stuff. So that would be incredible. I convinced myself I really want that. I mean, I don't think I needed to convince myself of that anyways, but now I really want to watch that. This will be the last question. What happens if I saw Inu brother in my room? What happens if I saw Inu brother in my room, saw my XA stuff, and I saw him? What would I do? I think I would just be scared to have a little dog man in my room. Even if it's Inu brother, I'd be like, help. So he would, yeah, I don't know. I mean, he's like a little scrunkly, but it would also be kind of terrifying to have him just there standing staring at me. So with that, I am going to end here. So remember, if you guys want to ask me more questions, I've got a twitter.com, I've got a Discord with a question channel, so you can ask me questions on those stuff. I also might try to do more live streams like this. Like I don't know, more, yeah, just more live, maybe not like this where it's face cam, but I might try to do just more general live streams, because usually I do it whenever we get scans and stuff, because that's easy to talk about. But I might do more just random streams of just me talking to you guys about whatever has been happening. So let me know if you'd like to see that. I would assume you guys would like to see that, because I don't know, you're here at the live stream. I assume people would want more live stream. So either way, make sure you subscribe for the new video tomorrow. I'm very excited about that. I hope you guys are also excited for that. And with that, thank you for watching.